should be looking at least 2 or 3 at a time. And the first one out on the racing surface as we see the green flag is going to be the 121. The Georgia native of Blake Craft in the train chassis. Followed by another Georgia native in a BMF chassis. That is Seth Wimpy. Seth Wimpy going to be one to watch, and behind him in an Excel chassis in the 57 machine out of Woodruff, South Carolina, defending series champion Luke Hotshot Cooper. Wimpy at the top of the board. He'll go to the top of the board now. Cooper going back up to the top. Cooper with a 16.812 over Seth Wimpy and Blake Craft. Cooper, last time we were in action, he put it in victory lane for $4,000 for the blue-gray portion in November for our championship where he was crowned the champion. He'll start the year off with a top qualifying spot so far with a 16.702 for Luke Hotshot Cooper. Anybody riding with Luke Hotshot Cooper this afternoon? Seth Wimpy, second fast with a 17.015. Blake Craft in the 121 with a 17.661. John Ruggiero Jr. getting ready to rock and roll as he's looking for the green flag. Southeastern Limited Lake Models, be ready. Jimmy Wilson and base fuel on that 44 machine for John Ruggiero Jr. In the 99 machine, that is Mitchell Dickerson. Behind him in the 14, Buffalo Bar and Grill on the side of its ride. That is an Excel Racing chassis for Jeff Robinson. White flag in the air. Cooper still atop the board, but Ruggiero with a 16.761, now second fastest. Mitchell Dickerson going to go up to fifth now. Robinson now second quick. Ruggiero back to second. They're swapping it back in fourth now between that second and third spot between Robinson and Ruggiero. Back to the line for Robinson. Jeff Robinson, new fast time with a 16.591 in that brand hammer new Excel chassis. Excel Racing Chassis is a proud sponsor of the series and also located in Greenville, South Carolina. So Robinson now to the top of the board. Second time out with that car. Was actually in action up at Fayetteville earlier this week for Robinson. Had a good top 10 run. So right now as it stands, race fans, it is Jeff Robinson, Luke Cooper, John Ruggiero, Mitchell Dickerson, Seth Wimpy, Blake Craft. Out of the 6 that have qualified, our next 3 drivers ready to stroll and roll. Limited Lake Models, be ready in staging. Tony Whitler in that Ivy Septic Tank Services Longhorn. Working down the back straightaway, Beckham Malone in the 23, the driver to Rock Hill. The young man behind that machine. John Snow out of Georgia making a 3.5-hour trip to make his first ever career start. The Longhorn for Tony Whitler. He is now going to work down off the corner. Beckham Malone going to go up to third now. Ninth fastest there for Snow. The Longhorn of Beckham Malone to the top of the board with a 16.526. When we say youngster, we're talking middle school, 12 years old, 5th grader. So not even in middle school, he's still in elementary school for Beckham Malone. 16.526 for Beckham Malone. The young man going to the top of the board over Jeff Robinson, Luke Cooper, John Ruggiero, and Mitchell Dickerson, your top 5. Of course, this is the first points race of the season. Looking for about a 12 to 15 race schedule this year. Limited Lake Models, be ready in staging. Southeastern Limited Lake Models to staging. Our next event after tonight will be at Travelers Rest Speedway on a Friday night on March 29th, the GM Performance 602 Lake Model Series. Rolling out of turn number 3 and 4, VP Fuels Excel Racing chair. Rear right icon there for Nick Dietz. So he's in the icon. Out on the track, you have the 93S out on the racing surface for Bo Slade. Back to the line. Dietz going to go up to 7th for Nick Dietz. We'll see what the 93 is going to do at the line for Bo. Bo going to take it in 10th for Bo Smith. 9th fastest for Alex Vance for the driver out of Waynesville, North Carolina. Dietz up to 7th now. Bo Smith coming back to the checkered flag in that 93 machine. He's going to go to 11th. Alex Vance going to go to 7th. The fastest driver out of that group is the 95 of Alex Vance in the Vance Tire and Automotive. Entry also got that auto sale lot there next to his lot where he does all of his repairs for tires, brakes, and so much more. Also, anytime towed on the nose of that machine for Alex Vance and that number 95. Rolling out onto the Speedway in the Style Services Print Shack LLC entry in that J1 Jackson Grading. J1 machine, it's going to be Jake Jackson, a former winner with the Tours. He's going to come to the green flag. Tri-City Tire Service also on that machine for Jackson. Southeastern Limited Late Models. Southeastern Limited Late Models. Be ready. 14 GM Performance Late Models here on opening day. Still got a couple of drivers still trying to get their stuff ready. We'll see those fields, I believe, increase to about 18 to 20 each week. Jake Jackson going to go to 7th now with a 17.087 for Jake Jackson. Beckham Malone, still a time to beat. Oh, he had to back out of it. He'll stay 7th with Jake Jackson. Tri-City Tire Service on that Longhorn, and there is Fluid trailing behind Jake Jackson's entry all the way down the front straightaway. Fluid out of the J1. Beckham Malone on the pole. He'll win the Hurley Construction Pole Award for Beckham Malone with a 16.526, followed by Jeff Robinson, Luke Cooper, John Ruggiero, Mitchell Dickerson, Seth Wimpy, Jake Jackson in 7th, Alex Vance 8th, Nick Dietz 9th, Tony Whitler going to be in 10th, Blake Kraft will be 11th, Bo Smith will be 12th, John Snow will be 13th, and Cody Ballou will be 14th in your qualifying order.